Welcome to North Hudson Public Works Committee meeting of Tuesday, November 19, 2019 at 5:30 p.m. Call to order. Roll call, please.
Chair Pike?
Here.
Trustee Head?
Here.
Trustee Matz?
Here.
Item number 2, approve the minutes from the October 15, 2019 Public Works meeting.
I move to approve the October 15th, 2019 Public Works meeting.
Second.
Any questions?
No.
All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, item 3, comments from the floor. No comments from the floor. Item number 4, Malibu Apartment Utility Easement Discussion and Possible Recommendation. So let's just state, Patrick, could you just state what it is? Explain to the public what we're dealing with.
So the Malibu Apartments have hydrants, 3 of them down there, that need, the DNR requires us to flush the hydrants, operate valves, what have you, and to document that and prove that we are doing the work. The issue is that the Malibu apartment property is private property. So technically, we can't go on private property and do work. So what I recommend is that we get some type of a utility easement that we could go on, perform these duties, and everybody can have good water and we can stay in compliance with the DNR.
And so, because the DNR is asking to make sure that we flush these, and there is a dead end down there as well, and there is a concern from our point of view about what?
Well, there's no separation between the public and the private, so the concern would be as if that wouldn't get flushed and anything that could possibly grow or whatever in their system would affect everyone, so.
Okay. So we have a little bit of information. Kevin's probably got a little bit more. Kevin, you want to say anything?
Well, we did, I guess, back in 2015, there was a project that we were trying to work with these folks on trying to do a connection pipe in between the East Bank and where their main dead-ended. Because, we always like to try to do looping. It's going to provide for better water quality and fire flow protection. We were able to get the easement from East Bank along with the railroad, Union Pacific. So we were able to put a new pipe across the railroad property on the eastern side. But unfortunately, we weren't able to acquire an easement from these folks kind of when we were going through that process. So there's roughly about a 75 strip of property that we weren't able to put the connection pipe in.
So, and we were looking for 75 by 30?
So basically, there was a easement document that we had generated along with an exhibit.
Okay.
We did a title search on this property when we were going through this back in 15. Found out that there was no utility easements in the village's name. So at that time, we were not only trying to get this connection pipe in, but along with that, kind of clean up, where their existing main is, all under one separate document.
Okay.
We've got 30 feet on the western side, and with these folks, they were concerned about the width of it, so we were looking at a 25-foot utility easement on their parcel.
Okay.
And you've probably seen a lot, there was a lot of correspondence that went back and forth, and we tried working with them, and unfortunately weren't able to come to any kind of consensus, and then it just kind of died. We left that portion of it out of the project, but at least you have a pipe right up to their western boundary. Should anything happen in the future, that would be sitting there in place for you folks.
Did you guys involve legal at all?
I don't know if we had they came to some of the meetings, Public Works meetings, and, there was interaction back and forth amongst myself, the previous Public Works director, there was some comments that of what they had given back to us, we provided them, our responses back, and then it just kind of died.
Okay, by legal, I mean, did you pursue or investigate with our legal guy at the time, whether or not they could be required to provide that easement? Because they're connecting to the city or the village water system, and they can contaminate the village water system.
Correct. Yep.
Did anybody check into that?
That, I don't, myself, I don't remember necessarily doing, Mark maybe did, or Gloria was, involved at that time, but, I don't.
Doesn't it seem like there should be a legal recourse to the village?
One would think, is there, with the DNR, are there fines if you're out of compliance?
That's
Yeah,
a good-
there can be, I guess.
And who would, at this point, without this easement, who would be responsible for those fines? Would that be Malibu since it's private?
Okay, so,
Potentially.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique situation. It's hard, working quite a few different communities and, these types of things just don't come up on a regular basis.
so it's an unfamiliar situation.
Yep.
Okay, so I think if you guys agree, I think we definitely want Patrick to get involved with our lawyer to find out if we have legal recourse.
Yes.
Yes.
And then we also would like to see some of that past documentation, which sounds like Kevin, especially that diagram that Kevin has. And I recommend that we table this or move it to the next board meeting and inform Malibu that we're going to be discussing it and that they can come if they
We have
want.
every opportunity
Yeah.
to be a part of the discussion.
Great.
Absolutely.
So I think a letter, in this case, might need to go out from Melissa
Okay.
or Jess,
Mhm.
letting them know that this is coming up. But I really want to see what the legal guy says. And if you could get us that information, including your information, sometime prior to the next Public Works meeting, so we have a chance to actually read and be up to speed before that Public Works meeting, it would be helpful.
With legal questions answered on the easement and the responsibility with compliance with the DNR, and any potential fines.
And if he thinks there's something that we can do legally, then we want him here at that board meeting, our lawyer, to explain to these folks, don't you think?
Yeah, I think they need to be informed,
Okay.
as well as the village.
Anything else on this subject?
Nope.
All right, anything else from you guys? All right, moving on. Item number 5 is chair update. Was there something I needed to remember for agenda, Patrick? Or was that board? Or was that for the board meeting?
Remember.
Huh?
I don't remember if there was or not.
I think we decided on that one. I think that was already voted. Didn't we already vote on the loader? Oh, we didn't get the specific loader to vote on. You're still getting quotes. Okay, so again, next Public Works meeting, we should have our quotes done. He's got
Okay,
2, he's
perfect.
after a third one,
Okay.
because it's best to get 3. And the rest of our equipment, well, we'll cover that in your report. That's all I have. Item number 6, engineering report.
Just a couple things. There was a memo, and this is something that'll be coming in front of the village board for ratification. It's just more of a heads up. With the new subdivision, the Ridges, second edition up there. Done a tremendous amount of work up there. It's kind of amazing within a week of what they truly have done. They've, all the sanitary sewer, water main, storm sewer services, it's all up the base course.
What?
Um,
You got it, how'd they get it done that fast?
They had a lot of equipment, a lot of
Okay.
guys up there.
Wow,
Yep.
that surprises me.
Yeah, so they're just requesting a letter of credit reduction just because of a lot of the improvements have been installed.
A what?
letter of credit reduction.
And what's that mean?
So basically, that's a surety that the village has, for some reason, if the developer was to fault, go bankrupt, while the improvements are being installed, the village has some money sitting there that they can just go out and hire another contractor to finish it out on their behalf.
So
The public improvements.
who's asking for it?
Derek's is just asking for a letter of credit reduction.
Instead of
So-
so much work done.
Yeah, yep. So the original amount was established at 535,700.
Okay,
So basically, they took the value of what the work is, this is just the public improvement portion. So that's what's in, that easement area for the trail, the water main, and then what's within the street right away.
okay,
Doesn't necessarily include like for the lots, the grading. So we took that value, and the village has a policy that, you add in another 20%, so you go 120%. So that's where the 535,700 came from.
okay,
So basically, what's remaining, which would be the concrete curb and gutter, the pavement, and then the restoration, when you take those values and you add in or the 20%, it's about $145,000 left up there.
this is
So,
typical?
Yeah, so
You-
basically going from the 535 down to the 145.
You talked to Melissa about it?
Yeah, she's aware of it.
No issues?
Nope.
Okay,
Not that I'm aware of, yeah.
cool.
So.
Anything else?
The only other thing is, Ryan and I have been working on, the LRIP application that's due, this
Pretty
Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at submitting that tomorrow. So thinking, they're gonna be meeting as a group pretty soon to actually pick and choose which projects will get funded. And then the other thing is the MLS. That one's due December 6th, still a few weeks out, but
Okay,
we're working on that too.
so you're attending the LRIP, Patrick?
Yeah, when I find out when it is.
Yeah, I don't know if they've actually set a date yet,
Okay, okay,
so,
cool.
yeah.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your guys working on that. Thank you, Patrick, for being willing to go once they set that date.
Any progress with the discussions with the shopyard folks?
Other than, obviously they've been down there and did, along Galahad Road, the ditch.
Well, our guys did, right? And,
Gary.
Gary.
yeah, but any discussions with the shopyards about getting the water to not flow like it is?
I went down there and looked, I guess, right before the last board meeting, and there was still quite a bit of water sitting in that pond. So it's pretty tough to do anything in there until that thing dries up some.
Hmm.
I mean, we're gonna continue to push them along to try to, but at least we have, the ditch out in the street so that the water doesn't actually pond into the one particular area, which is a huge benefit.
So you think the ditch, having seen the ditch, it's gonna work?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big improvement from what's out there now.
All right, and the
So-
leaf issue, is that something we need to fix before winter sets in?
It'll be fine as long as it doesn't happen again.
Oh, we did clean it out?
No, between the wind and whatever, most of it was out of there.
Or maybe the comments?
Maybe. I don't know, but it was
I did
decreased.
state somebody went in there, somebody blew all their leaves in there right after we got the ditch up. Okay, well, good, good. Any other questions for Kevin?
Thank you.
All right, item 7 is the director's report.
So I ordered the pickup. That should be here in like February, our new Public Works pickup. And I had gotten the new Kohler meter and the magnetic locators. We'll be using the Kohler meter Thursday, so testing that out for our ridges for our back teeth
Oh.
samples up there.
Okay.
So, And we've been using the magnetic locators, and everybody likes them, so
Good.
we're good. And, yeah, street sweeping is complete. They finished that today at like 12:30, I think he left here.
Oh, I didn't look. Did he get me? Did he?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it was tough because obviously because of the weather, and he was trying, to get as much done as he could, and with that little bit of snow on and stuff, it was just too much moisture, so when the broom was going around, some of the leaves would stick to the broom and then come off after they had already passed the point of, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
he'd go over a couple times, so he did go over some areas more than once, and
Okay.
I think they do a good job.
Yeah.
They everything, I drove around today and everything looks nice, and
Okay.
I'm satisfied. Yeah.
You guys see the work? Your streets look nice and shiny?
I think they look good. I noticed new stripes coming off of Cratley, coming down. Like there's like a turn, almost like a little turn lane there that was put in. So
What's that for?
That's always been there.
Oh.
yeah, did someone go over it, or is it just because it's been cleaned? They just seems like
No, we seal coated, so they all disappeared.
Right,
And
and then
I
you
got
applied
that
and they went,
done, but I
okay.
didn't get the other section of it done. I'll have to get that in the
yeah,
spring.
yep. That's what was my other question too. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Any other questions for Patrick?
Nope.
All right, moving on. Item number 8, Public Works Capital Equipment Planning, discussion only. Does anybody, it looks like we've got stuff yet to buy for next year. Stuff that's being budgeted for next year.
The loader. And
Yep, the loader, the mower, right?
Line painter.
Line painter. Anything else? But we bought some stuff this year, right?
Yeah, that was this colorimeter and the locators. We got those this year.
Okay.
And then we'll be doing the GIS stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
When's that starting?
beginning of next
I can
year.
put it on whenever,
Well, why can't we start this year?
because it's budgeted for.
It's budgeted at 20, okay, in 20, all right.
Yep.
So you're gonna get the GIS thing ordered up?
Oh, the unit itself, yeah,
I'll
the
work
GPS,
with
yeah.
Kevin and we'll.
Okay,
Yep.
Get that going.
we're excited about this.
Yep.
Be a nice addition.
If you start it now, we'll pay you for it in 2020.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, anything from you guys on this item, Public Works Capital Equipment Planning?
Nope. You touched on those, Brain. Yep.
Okay. Item number 9, Public Works Committee Future Goals Agenda Items. I can't think of any future agenda items. End of year, we're kind of done with budget now. The budget just got approved. And all we got left is Christmas decorations going up. You don't have anything to do with that.
Well, there's some holiday decorations, I think.
Or holiday, yeah. And you don't have anything to do with that though, right?
No.
Okay. So good?
Yep.
So do you want me to put,
The loader
The
on the
loaders.
next, yeah, I put the loader, the final loader, anything that we have yet to buy that we haven't seen the quotes for, I'd put that on the next agenda.
okay.
Am I missing anything?
And the Malibu Apartments even.
Yep, I got that.
Yes, that needs to be on the next
Yeah.
agenda, yep. All right, with that, item number 10 is we are adjourned at 5:49.